guys. So yeah, I just did a tutorial for this look, but I needed to film a couple of videos because I just needed to get a few out of the way, and it's been hard because my air conditioning went out, and now that I have air conditioning I can record. I wanted to talk to you about, I have a huge collection of brushes. I have at least 350 brushes for my makeup, and the reason I collect brushes is because every one of them does something different, and I like to test to see which ones are better quality. And I wanted to talk to you about a few that I think that most people should have in their collection, and which ones to skimp on money wise, and which ones that you should spend a little more money on. I'm obsessed with the Real Techniques makeup brush line because I grab for them all the time. The Real Techniques setting brush. You don't have to have one. I just find it nice to have a specific brush and it fits right there, and you could actually, you know, you could do this through your T-zone. If you have a really big eye space, you can do one color and go. But you don't have to have that brush. But one brush I think you need to have is the base shadow brush right here, and it's flattish, roundish, tapery, beautifully tapery, and what it does is you can put product right here on the tip, and just the tiniest bit of product, and then just by doing this natural little circle motion, the rest of the bristles that had no product on it are blending for you. But then you can go ahead and you can pack color on with the flat end side, and when you do that, the bristles splay still, and they blend for you. And then you can also go side to side like this to get a more precise cut crease. And if you do the big circular motion, you really get a great blending wash of color. So base shadow brush, all-time favorite, always will have one of these. Another Real Technique brush that I really love is the blush brush, which I use for actually setting my face powder. Just because you can see that it's all tapered beautifully, it has almost an egg shape, and you can use it for blush, most definitely, but I just love the way it pounces like a puff. It pounces beautifully. Definitely need one of these for application of powders. My all-time favorite crease brush that I have two of, and I'm trying to find the other one right now, sorry. Okay, is the 217. When you first get a 217, it looks like a big white cotton tip, right? And it's got the goat's hair bristles, which are stiffer and stickier, so they hold more product better. And they do the same thing where it just blends. You may not be able to see the tapering of the hand cut bristles, but it does it. And it blends, as you can see, it goes, and it goes back to shape. This is my older one. Can you see the difference? This one's 15 years old. So they do, I mean, the bristles eventually do break. You just need to keep them conditioned with an oily soap. You can mix Dawn with olive oil. I use Dr. Bronner's cleansing Castile soap, which has natural oils in it. And I could do my entire eye and other things like contour stuff with just this one brush, the 217. You have to have a 217. And yeah, I think there's a lot of dupes out there, and I think you could even go on eBay and find dupes and such of this. This is more like the 239, and it's got a similar, this is a dollar brush from China. I don't think, it's definitely not the same quality of bristle. It will do the job, and if I'm doing a lot of mass makeups and don't want to have to clean my brushes constantly, I have like, let's see, I think I have 5 of those. Yeah. See, I have, and those are just ready to go. But see, I sometimes do freelance makeup work. You only need one really, and just keep it nice and clean as you go. Alright, I'm moving things over so I can get to another brush that I think you should have. And you should have a flat crescent brush, a C brush. And a 239, I believe, that's like a very popular one. It's a nice flat packing brush. But you don't have to spend the money for that. In fact, you can get one from e.l.f. for $1. And it does the packing and the padding. Soho London has them. Let's see, Sephora has them. Everybody makes a flat, I call it a flat C brush. And this is good for actually going under your eye, packing color on, sweeping color around. If you want to use it for concealer, you can pat, 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 pat. I tend to like a different kind of motion for my concealer, but if you prefer that, you can pat, pat, pat. And let's see. Oh, Everybody needs at least one big blending brush. And let me just pull out a few of the ones that I have. Like I said, I have so many. We'll talk about why a few of them are my favorites. Okay, let's get started. This one is from e.l.f. It says Flawless Concealer Brush. And it's a huge, beautifully domed brush. But it really does a beautiful job of just, if you gently swirl, you can diffuse those edges. I love it. This one's $3. There is the Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques. You can't go wrong with any of the brushes from Real Techniques. You really can't. And I use this constantly to blend. Also, you can use it for concealer. Love that brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics. Has a longer tapered brush hair, and it's very soft. It doesn't scrape, and it does a beautiful job. And I think that one had to be like $2.99 or something. And BH Cosmetics has sales online all the time. Not all of their brushes are the very best. I have their polka dot line, and I'm not exactly a fan of their polka dot ones. They're too synthetic, too stiff. In fact, I don't even like the Urban Decay brushes. These ones, I don't like them very much. I think that they don't have enough give. And although they do great things when you're trying to work with cream products, so they have their use. They have their use. But yeah, get yourself a nice. Oh, this one's from Soho, London. You can get that at Walgreens in a set, and it looks like it's flatter and then curves out bigger. But it has the same effect when you go like this and swirl, because the bristles are basically the same length. So get yourself one. And I think that you should try to figure out if you prefer an angled liner brush or a slim liner brush. Let's see, I'll show you. Like, this is my favorite. No, it's not my favorite. Where's my favorite? I pulled it out. Where'd it go? How about that? My favorite fiber brush for putting eyeliner on is by Tarte. And it's dual-ended, and I've misplaced it. Welcome to my house. But you can get just, let's see, which I think I have two of those. Okay, I'm talking to myself. Unprepared, Sam. Unprepared. Okay, I'm just pulling out a couple options here because I can't find the one I want. Okay, I'll just start talking anyhow. So you can get the fibery ones like this. The Real Technique one makes a nice one that's real firm and does go to a very beautiful point. This is e.l.f. and this is a Sonia Kashuk. And then you can get the flat liner brush, and this is from Sephora. And depending upon what I'm doing, like I love using, I usually prefer an angled brush to do my liner. But if you can only pick or choose one, I'd go with the angle one, because then you can also use it for your eyebrows. So go with that. Is that all my brushes that oh, how about a fan brush for, this is unnecessary, you really don't need it, but it's so much fun to like this to get your highlight. Brush brands that I adore: Real Techniques. I love MAC. MAC are very expensive. What you have to do is feel the texture of the brush. Most e.l.f. brushes are pretty good until you get to their kabuki little one like this. This is useless. But their $3, or I think it's $6 e.l.f. kabuki brush. This is e.l.f. and this is e.l.f. This thing is worth 50 bucks, I swear. It's so dense, beautifully tapered, pounces like magic. Oh. See, it's my favorite one. Even this one's not as good, it's not as thick. And I got this was a $35 brush I got in a BoxyCharm. This one, I need another one. You can also squeeze it down to get a contour, if you're trying to contour. So anywho, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what some of my favorite brushes are, and why you might need them. I mean, also a stipple brush, because cream product. Yeah, it's cream product. Maybe you'd like a foundation brush. I have several types of foundation brushes. From flat top kabukis to mineral powders, but test them out. Feel them. This one is pretty good for both cream, liquid, and powder. So, all in all, Real Techniques, this is the buffing brush. On a budget, they have the most comprehensive kits. And I know they have a limited edition kit coming out soon with the silver ferrule colors. And they wash beautifully, they dry quickly. I feel like I'm advertising them, but people are always asking me what my favorite brushes are, and I used to be like, MAC! But I realized those are so expensive. You can buy one brush for like $80 if it's the big, oh, whatever. And there are many, many dupes out there for them. Look for a good texture, the firm, not floppy, not stiff. I wish you could come over to my house and I could be like, this is what you want it to feel like. This is not what you want it to do. But test them out. You guys may really, really, really like these Urban Decay brushes. I just don't get the results I want with them unless I'm using cream product. So there's a purpose for every brush. There is. There's a brush. Oh, here's another line brush. I think Smashbox still sells this. And you can just push gel liner. Push, push, push. Push your liner in. Push it. So, thanks for stopping by. Listen to me ramble on about certain brushes that I think everybody should have in their collection. For price and quality's sake. Even not... If they were expensive. If they were very expensive, I would still say Real Techniques are great. But they're not really expensive at all compared to anything, even the e.l.f. brushes. And the ones that I like from e.l.f. are usually the $3 ones, even though the C brush is $1. But when you get those kits, like you can get that whole kit with 5 brushes for $18. It's like $4 a brush. And they're gonna last you so long. They're synthetic hair, cruelty-free. Try out the Real Techniques. For everybody who's asked me what kind of brushes I would suggest for you, the Real Techniques are comprehensively the best bang for your buck. Thanks for stopping by. It ain't easy being green. It sure is fun. And I'll see you next time.